a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor on a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start to make the house shake.
What's poppin', Erica Banks baby hairs, or should I say grandma hairs? You'll get the joke in a minute. This your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 2 review. So the episode begins with Scrappy performing. He is in his element, feeling himself, sweating all over the place. And in his confessional, he was like, I can do whatever I want now freely. Okay, girl. He is really loving that he is able to rip and run the streets and not have somebody in his ear telling him, you're married, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. And it seemed to me like he's relishing in being separated. It seems like he's okay with the decision, no matter how many times he tries to remind us in his confessional that he's hurting. It really don't seem like it. And he says, as a wife, you should always make your husband feel like he's that guy. I wasn't getting that from the Bam, and it gotta come from somewhere else. We then see him standing outside the venue in the back, and out walks the Diamond Princess, Diamond. And she like, what's up, Dara? And they go inside, honey, to have drinks. Now, we already know at this point they've been canoodling and meeting in hotel rooms, and there's a meeting in my bedroom. Like they was on that type of time, and the Bam know all about it. And I just think that it's trifling on both of their parts, regardless of Bam knowing that he was an ain't shit dude or whatever. He's still wrong, and she's still dumb, no matter how you swing it. So Shekinah visits Spice at her new beautiful home. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. I'm so happy for her. I wish Spice would really get back into her YouTube channel, because during COVID, she was doing like vlogs and stuff. And I so enjoyed seeing her being Grace and being around her kids and them doing pranks and stuff. Like, she was so funny. But anywho, so Shekinah says in her confessional that Spice been ignoring her and not answering her calls, and she don't know what she's did to make her mad. So she walked in the house and she was like, so what's up? And Spice was like, nothing. So Shekinah was like, well, you acting like a bee. And Spice said, excuse me? And Shekinah said, yeah, you acting like a little bee right about now. So Spice was like, I just got out to the hospital, Shekinah. And that's how you greet me? And so Spice in her confession was like, I still have an open wound that I have to go get cleaned every other day. So Shekinah says, can you show me your house? And Spice was like, I needed someone to show me around the house and you weren't there. And Shekinah says, give me a hug so we can talk. So, seeing and learning the fact that Spice still has to go back to the hospital every few days just to get her wounds clean says a lot. Like, she went through a lot in that surgery. And if this don't teach y'all girls to stop going overseas and stop going to these doctors and getting stuff approved. I literally just found out this week that the doctor that performed Jackie O's surgery, he wasn't even board certified. Like, y'all got to do y'all research if y'all going to be getting this stuff done. I mean, anybody can still, unfortunately pass away when they're under anesthetic, but still, bro, like, she was messed to the up. So Spice was like, I wish you were there from the start and not just at the end of it. And Shekinah says, Mita never gave me the address. They ain't want me there. And so Spice is like, you telling me Mita gave everyone an address except you? Even Carly came and we weren't even speaking. Shekinah says, that's the reason I got blocked out of everything. Because apparently Mita and Carly now are besties. And she and Shekinah don't get along with each other. If y'all watched Run It Back, I think it was the last episode or the second to last episode, like, we actually saw Shekinah and Carly get into it to the point where Shekinah ended up leaving as they were doing the review. So yeah, they don't get along for real, for real. So Spice was like, do you have any idea what I've been through? My whole body was poisoned. The septic was eating away my skin. I was in a hospital at my lowest point. I needed you then, not now when I got a new house and getting back to my good life. And that's very understandable because from her eyes, she thinking Shekinah, don't really F with me. She ain't really care. She ain't really my friend. And according to Shekinah, it wasn't even that. It was Mita acting funny and basically choosing Carly over her. And it's just a bunch of foolishness. Now, mind you, though, Shekinah and Mita were cool, too. But I guess since Mita is cool with Carly, she ain't as cool with Shekinah no more. The whole thing is just ridiculous. So Shekinah says in her confessional, I'm so mad that I listened to Mita. So Shekinah starts crying and asks Spice for forgiveness, and Spice forgives her because I honestly, genuinely think that Shekinah, really does care for her and messes with her as a friend. And I do believe her when she says that Mita wasn't giving her the information that she needed. It wasn't like she was in Atlanta when this happened. She was in the Dominican Republic. So if nobody's giving me the address, you know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to know where to go? So the whole thing was just really unfortunate. And if Mita did do that, then Mita need to be checked real quick. It's the night of Chaotic's album listening party. And we got newcomer Amy Luciani, who I'm a huge fan of. I loved her YouTube channel when she was with her ex-boyfriend, Mozzie. Momma Dee is there. Erica Banks are there. So the producer points out during Amy's confessional that she and Chaotic are real flirty, but she says ain't nothing ever really happened between them. But yeah, they are flirty when it comes to one another. Like I said last week, I think that Chaotic is real sexy from the necks down. Like that neck and that chest can get it all day, every day. And he funny. Like he'll be the great homie. So Momma Dee in her confession was like, I've decided to leave the Bam alone. I love Bam as a human being, but I don't like the beat. And she has calmed down as of recently, very recently, but Momma Dee did terrorize that girl and their relationship. And I do believe that she was one of the problems and issues with that relationship. So Momma Dee sits down with Chaotic and Amy, and she says that Scrappy, because Chaotic asked where Scrappy was. And so Momma Dee was like, I don't know. He's been able to confide in Diamond. She talking about a week ago, she waiting on her period. So Chaotic was like, Diamond pregnant? And she just make a face. She don't confirm and she don't deny. But Chaotic looking like, girl, like this a mess right here. So Scrappy and Safari walk in. And Amy in her confessional say, he got a whole wife, so I'm not with it. Like, she ain't really vibing with what she just heard about Scrappy. So Safari tells Scrappy that he can't get on no women there because he's married. And Scrappy in his confession was like, this man is the last Negro on the planet that can tell me something. Because when he was married, he was having chicks and parading them around. So how dare you try to tell me what to do? That's the pot calling the kettle black. And I mean, I'm looking like Safari. Did you think your name was Zebra? Because your stripes have not changed to spots, sir. So, Chaotic introduces Erica Banks to Amy, and they immediately, vibe with each other and get along. So they end up talking about the industry and female rappers and how female rappers don't get along. And Amy mentions that Rennie Ricci stole her record. So Amy was like, I was writing for artists and I wrote and recorded this song called Walk Through. Months later, I heard it online and was like, those lyrics sound kind of familiar. So she said that a fan sent her video footage of Rennie performing a song. So Amy said she reached out to her respectfully and, told her what was done or whatever. And like, she wasn't trying to blame her or anything like that. But she said that Rennie responded, negatively and aggressively and blocked her. So Erica just looking like, like that's a mess. So I've never known Amy to be messy or anything like that. She pretty much minds her own business, handles her business, and you don't really see her getting into it with people like that. So I'm gonna lean towards believing what she's saying because I've never seen anything different from her thus far. She seems like a stand-up chick and I really like her. So Scrappy say that he's still trying to keep his distance from Momma Dee, who comes over and sits with them, because he was like, you know, she did a lot as far as my marriage. And, you know, last season he had that really heartfelt breakdown with Momma Dee about how he was raised and her parenting and everything else. So I understand what Scrappy's saying, but at the same time, bruh, you got bigger issues, not even bigger issues than Momma Dee, but you got other issues just as big as your situation with Momma Dee that you need to start taking care of instead of running away from everything and still acting like a little boy. Like, really, honestly, and truly. Now we at the fun part, y'all. So Bambi is in LA filming for her music video, and she says that she's found a house for her and the kids. So Sierra is in LA with her because she's gonna have a little cameo spot in the video. So they go into the makeup room to talk, and I'm gonna act out this whole entire conversation with you guys, okay? So Sierra says to her, "Don't be mad, friend, but I gotta go back to Atlanta." "Why?" "Girl, this morning my phone was just ringing off the hook. So I answered the phone and it's Paris. And she like, Mom, I'm tired of Eric. Him and Paris got into it. This man is weird. I've been holding my tongue. I don't like him. He's saying stuff. You need to get your grown ass kids." When I first got with Eric, it was so perfect. But as things started happening and life started to life, I really realized that we didn't know each other. And everything just started going down the drain. So Paris was at my mama's house, so she came home to get ready for school, and her room was like destroyed. Eric went through all her stuff, girl. No. Went in her purse. Yes, girl, went in her purse. Went through all her clothes, girl. So she was like, get the fuck out with your weird ass. So I'm like, I gotta go home. With Eric, I started noticing things with him being jealous first, and I swear I tried to cater to his feelings, but it's just like never enough with him. And I'm in a effed up situation. My kids hate this man. He's driving me up a wall. We fuss every effing day. I'm like literally going through so much. He like really mentally abuses me. I swear to God, he's very insecure. He's very possessive. He's very jealous. Like, he don't want me to spend time with my kids. And then on top of that, his mouth. He don't mind calling me itches and hoes in front of my kids. He be like, suck my, yeah, girl, Oh my goodness. I'm just like really at a loss for words. This is a lot. And then on top of that, it's some more. Girl, what? Girl, me and Eric Wayne got married. Now, y'all, the Bam's quote unquote shocked face was horrible acting. She couldn't even act surprised like she ain't already know this information. Like, the Bam, get your acting game up. Like, seriously. How long y'all been married? Girl, it's been a few months now. Bam, I swear to God. So you got yourself in a big situation, because this ain't finna be like a regular breakup. I'm planning an escape though. Like, I'm planning my way to move out, and he don't know about it. Ooh, shoot. I gotta get away from this guy. He's like a wolf in sheep clothing. And Scene. After that, we see Spice go to dance rehearsal with her friend Angel to prepare for her first performance back, which is literally in a few weeks. And this lady can barely walk. I don't understand why she trying to rush back so fast to get on stage, but like she really needs to worry about her health. I don't know if it's a financial thing. She just bought this house, you know what I'm saying? But she gotta chill. So she tells her choreographer that she don't want to come back half-assing it, because, you know, that's what people, she's known for her live performances, and she don't want to come back, you know, moseying around on stage. She's still trying to be the old Spice, but the old Spice ain't old spicing, okay? So Shekinah ends up popping up, and she just shaking her head and saying to the girl Angel, like, she need to stop. Like, this is ridiculous. So Spice was like, you ain't got no business telling me what the F to do. I got to push myself to get back to being myself. And Shekinah says, are you pushing yourself to go back to the hospital? Because that's what's going to happen. And Spice get mad and grab her stuff and tells the choreographer she'll come back on another day when they're not there, and tells the choreographer to train Shekinah so she can learn how to dance and find her man. Baby, them would have been fight workers. Who you talking to, heifer? We then go to Erica Banks visiting Amy at her rehearsal for South by Southwest. Both ladies are going to perform for the first time there. But all I could focus on, child, was Erica Banks and these grandma hers. Because these ain't baby hers. These ain't adult hers. These ain't grown women hers. These are grandma hairs, honey. These are elderly hairs. Why on God's green earth are those elderly hairs all the way down to her eyebrows? You can't even tell where her eyebrows and the elderly hairs begin. Who did this to her? These ain't even, like I said, grandma hairs. These are like undone finger waves. She literally got curtains on her face, girl. What is happening here? She need to slap everybody. Everybody on her team need to be fired that they let you go on television looking like this. I don't know if you did this, who did this, cut them like this, but this is despicable. This is offensive, honey. Like, them suckers is shellacked on your forehead, and you ain't even got but like an inch of forehead, girl. You did not need all of that. You might as well just have some bangs, because what is this? Girl, a mess. So Amy says that she hasn't performed in a year because of personal issues. You know, she didn't bring up the fact that her and Mozzie had just broken up about a year ago or so. I don't know if she mentioned that and they just cut it out. I don't know. But she mentions how her sisters feel that their mom is always about her, because she has 3 other sisters that are equally gorgeous. I know last year she had posted that they were going to have a reality show called Mama's Girls. I don't know if that's something that's still in the works or anything, but I would love to see Amy and her mom and her sisters have their own reality show, because her mama bad, her sisters is bad, she bad, like gorgeous chocolate women, all equally talented. I would love to see them have a reality show, because we don't have the Bractons anymore, and somebody needs to occupy that space, and I think that they would be wonderful. But we are going to get to see her sisters and her mom on next week's episode. So Erica was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you, but you don't have to deal with your family. And you really don't. You really honestly don't, because sometimes your family will be your downfall. But in this case, they all love each other. And I think that it's just a thing of, you know, them feeling not as important as she is. Same thing that the Kardashians went through and everything else. So Amy tells her that Momma Dee insinuated that Diamond might be pregnant by Scrap. And Erica in her confessional was like, I feel like Amy should have kept that to herself. Not even kept it to herself, but kept it from me. Now, I took that as it could mean 2 things. When she said she could have kept that from me, meaning she could have kept it from me because I ain't want to hear that and know that, because I got a big mouth and I might end up telling somebody else. or because me and Scrap already messing around. That's what it's giving me, because we already know on the first episode he was on her. So I got my eye on this situation, honey. So Spice finally realizes that Shekinah and Angel were actually just looking out for her. And I'm like, thank God, because somebody need to tell your hard-headed tale. So her friend Angel was like, after what happened in the DR, Shekinah and I shouldn't be the friends you're upset with. The focus should have been you fighting for your life. What it turned into was everybody fighting. It was a circus. We were trying to maintain your privacy. We didn't know what was exactly wrong with you, so we couldn't share it with the world. Mita was taking calls, and she wanted to do a press release. She needed to update social media and all of this. So Spice was like, you feel like she was taking the phone calls. That's how everything came out in the blogs. And Angel was like, who else knew? Because we didn't. So Spice says in her confessional she don't want to believe that Mita would do something like that because, she's been a good friend to her. She's the one that submitted her album or her song for a Grammy. And, last year she got nominated for a Grammy and everything. So she don't want to think that Mita would, sell her out like that to the public and put her business out there like that for a fodder. Spice then brings up to Angel how Shekinah was saying that Mita was keeping her from coming to see her, but was letting Carly in. And she says that, Shekinah always said that Carly was an opportunist. And Angel was like, well, I don't get that vibe from Carly. She never came across like that to me. But Spice was like, well, I don't know, because she be doing some shady stuff. I found out she went to Mita to submit the song I did with her for a Grammy and didn't tell me. Now, the only way I could see her being mad about that is if Mita is officially a part of her team, like her manager or whatever, and Mita does not work for Carly, and you going to somebody in my camp and asking them to do something like that for you without coming to me first. Like, that is a bit much. Or if Mita does work for Carly too, then you ain't got no say so in that. And at the end of the day, that's her record. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if Mita worked for her and you going to people in my camp asking them to do certain things for you and she don't work for you, that's being team too much. Now I see that in this next week's episode, Carly crazy tell girl to move across the street from this lady. It's just team too much, like team too much. So then Spice says that last year on my birthday, Carly claimed to have thrown me this big birthday party. Why when I get to Jamaica, everybody talking about Carly complaining about I spent so much money on Spice's birthday. I had to spend $35K for the bull. I never asked you to pay for my party. So now she looking like, what's the deal? Are you my friend or you not my friend? And we're going to see that it seems like they're going to fall out this season. Lastly, Sierra is back home in Atlanta and she's in the kitchen eating. Eric comes into the kitchen, and once again, I'm going to act this scene out. So Eric is like, what's up, Sierra? What's up, Eric? Nothing much. You ain't got no food for me? No, because you brought this food for me. You ain't buy you no food? Nah. See, Eric, you like to fuck with me. I just know you don't pay me no mind. It kind of goes two ways. It's not all about you, Mom. I ain't got no love in this house. All you do is worry about your businesses, your kids, and your family. When I first got with you, it was different. See, after I divorced, me and Shooter decided that Mason would come with him and Paris would come with me. And I feel like you fell in love with the Sierra with a grown adult child. Paris was 17 years old. It was kind of just like me and you. And I feel like since Mason came and stayed with us, you seeing how I'm like on mommy mode. And you gotta understand that you don't make me feel loved either. See, you keep going back to you. I'm gonna stop you right there. No, let me finish. No, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna talk and then you can finish. If you knew Mason was with his dad, it would have been right if you would have set us down as a family and said, this is what it is. Let's make sure everybody is comfortable. You didn't do that. So now I'm uncomfortable in my own home. Eric, he like to fuck with my kids. He like to do shit to get under their skin. And he's very jealous of the bond that I have with my kids. And what he doesn't understand is that my kids come first. The reason why it's been so hard to adjust with Mason is because he's heard you call me all kind of itches and hoes before. You can't disrespect me in front of my face and then think you just gonna come in the house and be like, oh shit, it's supposed to be kumbaya between me and her son. No, you just got a jealous streak. You didn't want to be with nobody with no kids. I didn't. So Eric in his confessional says that I wanted my next female to have no children because my first should be your first. But because I loved her so much, I compromised and I still proposed. Building with her and her children was difficult because they already older. Me adding my structure and my lifestyle kind of clashed. See, this is why I don't like talking to you, because it gets nowhere. You should have went and got you some flunky ass bitch then with no kids, because I'm not that girl. I'm not her. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. You don't listen. You do what you want. And I'm still gonna be Sierra Renee fucking Gates, a powerful, strong black woman who ain't gonna let no man try her. Gates ain't even your last name. That's your husband's last name. You ain't even dropped your last name. So if you want a flunky bitch, then you need to go find you one. You always trying to bring up my ex-husband. Worry about yourself. Man, I don't want you to be somebody you not. That's dumb. You do what the F you want to do, so that's why this ish don't work. And seed. I hope you enjoyed Keisha's theater, okay? But on a serious note, this scene really exposed a lot, because at first when Sierra was talking to the Bam, I thought that she was carrying on this, that, and the third, and just trying to find an excuse or a reason to leave him. Because we all know last season when I did my reviews, I thought that Sierra was very much childish. She was very selfish. She was a brat. She didn't want to compromise. And I still believe all of those things about her. So I think that in this relationship, that was her negative attributes that messed up this relationship and caused it to fail. But tonight, seeing Eric, we now see that he's not this Prince Charming that he presented himself to be last season and the season before. He is very possessive. He's delusional to think that she would not prioritize her children. Like, what you mean? The only thing she worry about is her business, is her kids and her family. Like, the fact that you even put her kids in that whole equation just blew me. That was the first sign right there. And then when he said that she should have set him down, or all of them down as a family, to discuss Mason coming to live with them. Excuse you? That's my son. I ain't got to discuss nothing with you about my son coming to live with me. What? You out your damn mind. Like, excuse you, sir? That's the same thing if it was the roles reversed and his child had to come live with them. It's not a question. This is your house just as much as it's my house, and that's your child. You know what I'm saying? So that blew me. And then when he admitted that he didn't want to date a woman with kids, then why did you do it? I don't care how much you cared about her or loved her. You shouldn't have took it that far. Y'all should have just still been dating and been boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever the case may be. Or you should have realized, okay, we're at a crossroads where I like this woman, I enjoy her, but she has children that I don't necessarily want to deal with. And to be honest with you, I think that her children probably are very spoiled and bratty and entitled. You know what I'm saying? Because look at Sierra. Let's just keep it a buck. But at the same token, if you wanted the woman for you to be with to not have any children and for y'all children to be each other's first, then why were you with her? Why did you even take it this far, buying a house with her and all of this stuff and secretly marrying her and doing all this? Both of y'all stupid, because you knew he ain't want to be with a woman with no kids, and you still married him. So you just as equally as dumb. Just as equally as dumb. Like, absolutely not. I'm never going to be with a man that don't accept my children. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you played yourself on that one, Sierra. Y'all just need to call it quit, which I found out they already have. They've already separated, divorced, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this relationship was a dub, okay? Overall, though, I will say that this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was really, really good. You see, this is a 30-minute dang on review. I'm going to give tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta an A, because I really enjoyed tonight's episode. I feel like we got the old Love and Hip Hop back. Is it just me? Y'all let me know down below in the comment section if y'all are feeling this season as much as I am. Let me know what y'all think about Sierra and Eric's relationship. What y'all think about this whole fiasco, and what did y'all think about Keisha's theater? Do you want me to continue doing that with the Sierra voice this season? Let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.